and welcome to the Global Truth Center Toronto's Sunday celebration of love. As our vision statement is love only, forgive everything, remember who we are. Remember who we are. And our theme for the month of June has been and is for a few more days decision, the power of your decision. And we come together each week to be reminded that there is a creative, indestructible, absolute, and self existent cause back of all life. Recognizing that this is who we are. Yes, we are the infinite self knowingness of creative energy. And within every human being is the capacity to bring forth into the world of form that we live in, this human experience, the abundance of every good thing for which we desire, knowing that love is the sole impulse for creation, and no one can truly create what their heart desires without it. For the whole universe is based on love. Therefore, we can use this energy individually and collectively, recognizing we are a part of something much greater than ourselves. Our practitioner this morning is Nick Michelli, and our guest musician is the heart opening, divine Mr. Nathan Aswell. And I'm going to invite him in for our opening song this morning.
No pressure.
No pressure. Not at all, Nathan. But hey, I know you're up to it. So take it away.
Thank you, hon. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to start us off this morning with a song written by Daniel Namod. This is called God You Are. God you are, every mountain. God you are, every ocean. God you are, every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God you are, every morning. God you are, every midnight. God you are, every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God you are, every sunrise. God you are, every moon glow. God you are, every star shine, every inch of earth and sky. God you are, every springtime. God you are, every snowfall. God you are, every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you.
Well, if that doesn't get us started, I don't know what will. Thank you, Nathan. I just want us all to take a moment and place our hands over our heart space. Close your eyes for a minute. breathe into your heart and recognizing that everything that we see, everything that we do, everything above, everything below, everything around us, and everything within us is who and what we are. I am one with everything. I am one with everything, everyone. And bringing ourselves to that place of consciousness to affirm that what we see, what we do, is a reflection of our consciousness. And that the ultimate reality is one of love, joy, peace, and harmony. Each one of us, we can embody and live from this love, joy, peace, and harmony. And whatever we choose to think, whatever we choose to do, whatever we choose to be, does determine the world we experience. So let us know that whatever direction our mind takes and firmly believes in forms what we experience. And we live in an atmosphere of pure potentiality. So we get to create whatever we desire. But if we continue to live as we've lived in the past, then our future will be more of the same. If we continue to support the wars in our own consciousness, then we continue to experience wars in the world of form. Let us know. Let us affirm. Today and every day, we stand for peace, love, compassion, abundance, and harmony. Today and every day, we stand for the right of every being on this earth plane to experience safety and security. Today and every day, we stand for the knowing that the incarnation of spirit in all beings is an incarnation of the one spirit. We stand for the unity of all life and the highest God, the innermost God, as one God, knowing we are God. We stand for the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. So, recognizing this continuous stream of truth that is run through all the great spiritual and philosophic teachings from the time of antiquity is one truth: love, light, power, peace, beauty, abundance, kindness, justice, wholeness, and goodness to all. To all. So let us embrace our light within, the infinite creative power of love, and experience all the gifts that emerge from it. And so it is. And with that, I'm going to bring back Nathan and our practitioner of the day, Nick Michelli. And they will move into our invocation song and opening treatment. Thanks, guys.
that I do be a prayer to you, a prayer to you, my love.
Welcome, everyone, to Sunday morning celebration of love. Pay attention to your breath. Leave everything behind and just be present in this moment. And I invite everyone to come to a land of possibilities, a land of creativity and love, a place where everything is possible. And I'm at perfect choice. I choose the experience that I live from this world of possibilities. Every initiative I take, every action that I take is blessed in the world of possibilities. And I'm always changing and bringing myself to a new presentation in the world, a presentation of my best self. This is the way I live, in love according to universal law and in gratitude for everything that I've shared and experienced in the world of form and life. My word is the law, and I release my word as law. Please join me in saying, and so it is.
May all that I think and all that I do be a prayer to you, a prayer to you, a prayer to you. May all that I think and all that I do be a prayer to you, a prayer to you, my love.
You could just keep repeating that over and over and over again. And I just want to say, Sibylla, I'm so grateful that Peter is no longer in ICU. And yes, we've been praying for his healing, and also to let you know that Nathan would also like prayers for his partner, Kim, who is not well at this time. And so let us pray for her healing and perfect health, perfect life, perfect being, because that's what this is all about, is to step into that beautiful atmosphere that Nick talked about, that is infinite possibility, and that there's this substance around us. It is around us, through us, as us. And all we need to do is open up our hearts, and let us receive it. Let us receive the knowing of who we are, the understanding that healing is that beautiful revealing of love that just initiates all the goodness that each one of us are so worthy of. And so I know that Peter is on his beautiful, perfect journey to health and vitality. I know that Kim is on her perfect journey to healing, health, well being, and the vibrancy of the truth of who she is. And I know that we all are on our own perfect healing journey. It is good, it is very good. And so let us breathe in this substance, this unseen substance that flows through us as us, reminding us, oh, yes, yes, I am God. We are God in this beautiful human expression on this beautiful earth plane. And so very, very privileged to be a part of this human journey of love only, forgive everything, remember who we are. And so knowing that revealing of perfect love, health, vitality, vibrancy, it's already done, and I give great thanks for that. And so it is. Thank you. And Nick, you're going to stay on with me. This is our last Sunday of the Power of Decision. And how has that been showing up for you in your life?
Well, this is a wonderful topic, and I could talk about it for a long time. I'll just say that yesterday was the last class meeting in advanced consciousness studies. I still have a major project to do, and that's in progress, but I made a decision a year ago, and um, after I was really sure I wanted to take this, I actually hemmed and hawed and second guessed whether or not it was a good thing. And this has been a story in my life, and it's a story that, after learning about my incredible capacity to create and how all of this is lawful and well known to scientists, that I don't have to live that way anymore. I can just make my choice and follow through with it.
That's so beautiful. And I remember when you decided to go into consciousness studies, you actually took that step forward and said, yes, I'm doing it.
Yes. And we had that on the subject of initiatives. We had that wonderful social on Friday night. Thank you, Helen, for coming up with that idea, and to Fred and Linda for following through with it. By a coincidence, to get to your condo, I had to pass my old high school twice. It's right across the street from the subway entrance. And
Did you go to St. Mike's?
yes,
You did?
I did. I did.
Oh,
And
okay.
on the second time I passed, a memory came back to me that I hadn't thought about for more than 50 years. It was a time that I dreamed up a class science project with a friend, and we were going to do something really wonderful and creative. And it didn't happen because I didn't follow through on my commitment.
Mm.
And I was overwhelmed with shame right at that moment, even to the extent that I cursed out loud. Somebody passing me on the street thought I must have been crazy. But I realized that now that I've got another major project that I have to finish, I'm faced with the same choice I had way
Mhm.
back then 50 years ago. Do I complete this and share something wonderful with the world, or do I just give up? And of course, I knew exactly what the right answer was for me, and I reaffirmed my commitment. I also used a technique I learned in the course I was taking to reinvent my past. So I did that evening, and we'll see how that plays out.
Oh, brilliant. I trust and know that you will finish your project and submit it, and it will be a gift to the world, Nick. You've got so much to offer. So thank you for that. I'm going to have you I'm going to pull up the affirmation there. And if you would like to say it out loud and then have everyone repeat after you.
Okay. All my choices are in agreement with my desires and in cooperation with the universe. Now repeat with me. All my choices are in agreement with my desires and in cooperation with the universe.
And so it is, Nick. So it is. Thank you so much. And I will see you later on in the service. I'm going to bring Nathan back for our feature song.
Thank you, Helen. Leading into your talk, I'd like to share a song of mine. This is my take on that quote that I'm sure all of us have heard many times from Ecclesiastes. It's my version of the bird song, Turn, 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 but mine is called There Is a Time. For everything under heaven, there is a season. For everything under heaven, there is a time to be born and to die, to plant and to harvest, to kill and to heal, to tear down, to build up. For everything under heaven, there is a season. For everything under heaven, there is a time to cry and to laugh, to grieve and to dance, to scatter stones, to gather stones, to embrace, to turn away. For everything under heaven, there is a season. For everything under heaven, there is a time to search, to stop searching, to keep and to throw away, to tear and to mend, to be silent and to speak. For everything under heaven, there is a season. For everything under heaven, there is a time to love and to hate, for war and for peace. May I trust the divine and my faith increase. For everything under heaven, there is a season. For everything under heaven, there is a time. For everything under heaven, there is a time. For everything under heaven, there is a time.
Mm. Wow. Thank you. That's the perfect song. Absolutely perfect. Thank you.
My pleasure.
And I just want you to know I'm trying not to do the ugly cry right now. It's so beautiful. It's so funny, um, there is a time, and there's a time to go inside and reflect. There's a time um, to take a stand. There is a time to recognize the beauty and love that we get to live in, which was, Friday night in our gathering. It was just amazing to see everyone. And I said to Nathan and Nick, I hadn't seen people for 2.5 years, but they didn't age. It was like they were in a time capsule. And Nathan said to me, well, did you expect them to age? And I said, well, no, not really, but everybody looked so great. And you all did. You looked just so beautiful and amazing. And on Friday, I was really excited to see everyone. And then, I read the news about the US Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. And I have to say, I was gobsmacked and asked the question, how could this happen? And I just was like, this cannot be happening in 2022. And I felt this rage build up inside of me. And it wasn't anger, it was rage. And then I felt so sad. And then I felt compelled to write. And I do believe wholeheartedly in a woman's right to choose what is right for their body. And I was so impassioned by the idea of our choice being taken away by people who don't even know us. And yes, maybe it's not us in Canada, but you know what happens in one part of the world does affect the rest of the world. And so I wrote the following and I put it as a video on Instagram and Facebook. And I'm going to say it here as well. Today is a day to speak out. And yes, there is a time to speak out. And Friday was a day to speak out. Too many fears about the right to choose have amassed in race consciousness. I will speak for the rights of all women in this world. The right to be heard, the right to be seen, the right to choose, the right to be honored and respected, the right to live a life of dignity, wealth, and peace. I have the right, as does every woman, to choose what is healthy and best for my body, what is expansive for my life, what allows me to live in the consciousness of love only, what sustains the beauty and grace of this life I've been given, and what brings peace to my mind, body, and soul. So my voice will not be disquieted. I will not recoil into submission by what appears to be an authority figure that has a closed mind and a hardened heart. I am, as all women are, the true authority over my body. My voice is a voice for the freedom of choice. My voice is an authority in the world, as are all voices. My voice will not be silenced. Do not let your voice be silenced. Let's all speak up, speak loudly for our right to choose. Women, we are not powerless. Women, we are powerful beyond measure. And I will continue that by saying all of us are not powerless. All of us are powerful beyond measure. And to use our true empowerment to speak up, to speak out for the freedom to choose. And it's funny because then I watched a short video, and you can watch this video too. It's on YouTube, and it features the spiritual teacher Ram Dass, and it's titled, How to Keep Your Heart Open in Hell. How to Keep Your Heart Open in Hell. And, when I was listening to Ram Dass, thank you, Ram Dass, for that beautiful video, because it brought me back into remembering not only who I am, but remembering that there is an evolutionary process in this universe that, oh darn, I'm not in control of. I'm only in control of myself. And that it is always the evolvement in a forward motion, not backwards. Even though it appears that things are going backwards, there's something greater going on underneath. And so his observation about the human mind allowed me to open my mind. And he was reading Thich Nhat Hanh, some of their words, his words. And, it just brought me back into remembering, yes, the universe knows exactly what it is doing. And, we all need these beautiful teachers to remind us that our humanness will have us, want to live in separateness versus oneness. And that the consciousness of openness, inclusivity, and the understanding that each of us has the right to choose is something we need to come back into remembering over and over and over again. So my question to you today is, to be or not to be? To be the whole enchilada of love, light, power, peace, abundance, wholeness, justice, harmony, goodness, or not? We have choice. And the character in the play Hamlet, that's where that comes from in Shakespeare's quote, is making a choice. And if you haven't seen the play, I'm assuming most of you have, or all of you have. But if somebody hasn't seen the play before, they may wonder which way he will choose. And part of this is the thrill of the play, to be engaged in it, moved by it, so absorbed in its reality with all its twists and turns, just like life. And in each moment, make a choice. However, we also know, for those of us who have seen Hamlet, and I've seen it many times at Stratford, that determined long ago by William Shakespeare, we know what choice he makes. So we have two complementary ways of viewing the play. And we have two complementary ways of actually viewing life. At times, we can choose to fully live in the drama and make choices from that place of the drama of life that we all, fully engage in. And at other times, we may just take a moment, step back, and admire the creative genius of the universe. So, we can be engaged in the drama and experience our free will and make choices that affect our future, but we can also be a witness to this amazing play of life that is unfolding before us. And both are valuable, both are acceptable within their respective frameworks. So it's your choice of to be or not to be. What's really important is to recognize from which energy are you making the choice? And are you making the choice from a place of love and expansion? Or are you making the choice from fear? Notice I didn't say anger or rage, because sometimes that anger and rage propels us into the right and perfect action. Sometimes it doesn't. You have to be aware. But it's either fear or love. And Ernest Holmes says, we must have a spiritual rebirth. We must be born out of the belief in externalities and into the belief of inner realities. Out of the belief we are separated from God, into the belief that we are part of a unitary wholeness. And so, again, to embrace our wholeness, which it's funny because when I came up with the talk title, The Whole Enchilada, I mean, the slang is the entirety of something, the entire thing, everything, the whole thing, or the wholeness of you. So again, can we be reborn into the belief that we are part of a unitary wholeness of life that is always, always expanding? Wholeness has become such a buzzword in, holistic medicine, whole foods, nutrition, the human potential movement, which all aims to create a whole person rather than a separate or a fragmented one. But you know what? There's no creating a whole person. We already are. We already are. That's the remembering of who we are. And when we remember who we are, then we make our choices from wholeness automatically. So, becoming a whole person is, become the fundamental question about what it means to be a spiritual being living in a spiritual universe, governed by our own individual use of the law of cause and effect. Each one of us decides how to relate to our reality. And then again, we have choice to be or not to be in wholeness, or to not to be in wholeness. That is always our choice. And so, recognize that nature, including human nature, is often quantified and measured and mined for data and arranged through all these rational explanations. But this is like completely afoul to what we teach. that the entire subjective world, the spiritual universe, exists everywhere, in everything, through all beings, even though sometimes we can't see it. And yet we can all attune ourselves to the immeasurable sensations and the images and sounds, thoughts, which are part of our consciousness, that consciousness of being God. And it's funny because in our last class on Wednesday night, we review the class, the 8th class, the final class, is where we review the material that was covered over the previous 7 weeks. So my first question to the group was, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you know that you know that you know that you are God? And it was great because the answers were really authentic. They were really varied depending on where they are, but everyone expressed that desire to live in the wholeness and the truth of knowing they are God. But we're able to say, yeah, you know what? At times I kind of forget, or I get tripped up, and then I come back into remembering. And so this is where, it is our job to embody and know that every being is equally worthy of knowing who they are, because we were all created whole. And so what we want to do is return to mind, return into who we are, and say, oh, yes, I remember. I remember. And so, recognize that, there are so many gifts in this world that can bring us back into remembering. But when we get caught up in those circumstances, those moments, it's like they're wonderful moments. I mean, I felt so compelled to speak out, to speak up, to say what I feel and what I'm thinking. And I don't know if that also comes with getting older, and I go, I don't care. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm not attached to what people think about me anymore. It's like, I'm just going to say it. But it's like, those impassioned moments when we put them out there from this place of understanding that we have this power within us to use, to serve the highest and greatest good of all, and to do it consciously. It allows us to be present, not only to our own greatness, but to remember that the universe is always evolving, and there's more going on to life than what we see just in front of us. So take a moment, and I'm going to have you put your hands over your heart. And once again, if you're comfortable, close your eyes. Taking a breath into your heart space, dropping from your head to your heart, and breathing in to your own wholeness, your beingness, the oneness of who you are. For wholeness is everything. It is the one, the all, the Brahman, as it's known in Vedic India. And being whole cannot be accepted or rejected. It cannot be lost either. To choose wholeness is to say, I have decided, I have made a decision to exist fully, completely in this moment today. Recognize that wholeness has no separation, no divisions, no this and that, no maybes. Simply that beautiful, deep knowing. I am. I am. Breathe that into your heart space and allow it to move through you, to be a part of you, so that you can experience the profoundness of oneness. You can experience your own true voice. Breathe it in, exhale. And recognize, you can allow your eyes to open. Your wholeness offers the possibility for choiceless awareness. Because in choiceless awareness, you experience yourself as whole, which is to say, as pure existence, pure consciousness. And you still accomplish everything you ordinarily do in the world. But your experience of it is seamless and unified. It is seamless and unified. So you can stop listening to the insane ideas that limit you. Know that you are God, that you are of this one mind, and that any kind of separation is your ego's last ditch in defending its own existence, deciding to be who you truly are. That's possible, especially if you're living from love only. Forgive everything. Remember who you are. Just keep coming back to remembering who you truly are. Thank you. Namaste. And so, with that, I am going to bring up our giving affirmation. And let us repeat this together. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give to my spiritual center, I recognize I am the flow of abundance I share with all life. As I give, I receive, and so it is. And you can go to globaltruthcentertoronto.com and make your donation. Know that this month our donation is going to the Red Cross, which again is in support of the Ukraine. And with that, I don't have too many announcements this week. You can always call a practitioner if you need support with a practitioner. And that's about it. We're kind of like winding down for the summer. You get to go out and enjoy the beautiful weather and connect to people and live life to the fullest from that beautiful place of wholeness and being all that you are. And so with that, I am going to bring Nathan back for our closing song. Thanks, Nathan.
Thank you, Helen. Well, everybody, I'd like to take us out this morning with a song that I've shared with you at least once or twice in the past already. This is a great song by Jack Fowler, and it's called God in Everything. see joy, I see peace, I see the goodness surrounding me. I see love in everything I breathe. I see God in everything. I see happiness, I see freedom, I see the beauty that lives in me. I see perfection in what life brings. I see God in everything. I feel joy, I feel peace, I feel the goodness surrounding me. I feel love in every breath I breathe. I feel God in everything. I feel happiness, I feel freedom, I feel the beauty that lives in me. I feel perfection in what life brings. I feel God in everything. I choose joy, I choose peace, I choose the goodness surrounding me. I choose love in every breath I breathe. I choose God in everything. I choose happiness, I choose freedom, I choose the beauty that lives in me. I choose perfection in what life brings. I choose God in everything. I know joy, I know peace, I know the goodness surrounding me. I know love in every breath I breathe. I know God's in everything. I know happiness, I know freedom, I know the beauty that lives in me. I know perfection in what life brings. I know God's in everything. I know God's in everything. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Nathan. Thank you for your beautiful, beautiful music this morning. Thank you, Nick, for your beautiful words. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Much love. Namaste. And have yourself a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Bye for now.